Yeah, we are on YouTube. So, let's start. Good afternoon, too. We are here for another English immersion. The topic of today is Who are you? So, let's talk about this topic. But before that, I would like to just explain a little bit about the platform, about Talk and Talk, and how this kind of information works. Okay. So, Talk and Talk is a conversation platform for beginner, intermediate, or advanced speakers. The main idea here is to talk and to practice, focus on conversations. But this kind of conversation is not a regular class. So I'm not an English teacher or a language teacher at all. And I'm not here for teach you anything directly. I'm here to learn and to develop my English as well. But you will learn by the practice in a real environment and using real questions and real topics, you know. And the main point here is to develop this your fluency and your confidence in English in this case, okay, by practice. Besides English, we have a lot of other language like Spanish, French, Italian, German. Uh, and in Chinese, I guess. So we have a lot of other languages. You can see that on Talk and Talk website. Okay, so that's the main point about Talk and Talk. Uh, so with that, we can start with the introductions. Okay. Pedrito, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. So my name is Pedrito Souza. I am 36 years old. I live in Santa Maria, Rio Grande do Sul, born and raised here. I'm married and I have a daughter. She's 9 years old. I'm work with DevOps as a DevOps engineer. And in my free time, I like to enjoy with my family, go to a park, to a club, and play some games with my daughter, and enjoy with my wife. And I'm here in Talk Talk since June this year to improve my English speaking.
Amazing, amazing. And how about you, Julian? Can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Juliano. I am 21 years old. I study science and technology and I live in São Bernardo do Campo. I like to work out in the gym. I like to read manhwas, manga, play games also sometimes. And I like to go to the beach sometimes too because I really love the weather there. I think it's good to breathe, to relax, to enjoy. So that's it about me.
Amazing, amazing. So about me, my name is Warley. I'm 25. I live in Recife, Pernambuco. I work with technology as a front-end developer, and I'm also a Spanish and English host here on Talk and Talk. I'm here since 2022. I have started with Spanish as a Spanish host, and nowadays I'm focused more on develop my English skills. So that's my main focus right now. Okay, so that's all about me. Okay, so let's start with the question number one. Were you a good student in high school? I don't know. What did you like the most on high school, for example, the main subjects or this point? I start with you, Julian. What do you think?
I was a good student in high school, and I really like to study mathematics. And I don't know, I think more mathematics because chemistry I really didn't like so much. Both mathematics for me it's more cool to study because it's more challenging. You need really chemistry too, but I didn't like. And yes, I think that's it. History I didn't like to study a lot. I like it more just mathematics, I think. And now I study exatas in college, so makes sense.
Amazing. So were you a guy from exatas, right? In Portuguese. I really don't
Yeah.
know how to say that in English. Amazing.
Yes, yes. I was from I am I from exatas. And now in the college I am studying science and technology. So I have subjects about technology in general, development, things like that. And I have two mathematics, calculus 1, 2, and 3, and and chemistry, physics, I don't know in English, but I have two. And and that's it. And after I'm gonna study computer science.
Amazing. Yeah, it really does make sense. You follow this path of computer science and technology, because your background on mathematics and all this stuff. But do you already know one area that you like the most, for example, in technology, like I don't know, front end, back end, mobile, or this idea?
Yes, I really like backend. So I try study C sharp. I like C sharp, but now I am not studying. I stopped for time because I begin studying English and I stopped to study development, but I need back. But I really like to study C sharp and I wanna be back end. And I don't know if I go to develop mobile too, because I know it's possible using. I think nowadays the name it changed. I think it was Flutter, but I think now is Maui, something like that, to development in mobile using C sharp, So it's a
I,
possibility for
I'm
me too.
yeah, yeah. Actually, I'm not sure about that, but I think uh MUI is used with Xamarin, I guess. It's
Yes,
like
yes, Xamarin,
this,
Xamarin. I
yeah,
make a
that
mistake.
I think it's a framework that you use C sharp, and
Yes.
Flutter is other framework to develop a hybrid or something like that, mobile apps, using Dart. It's the language, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got your point. I think it's MEUI, I guess.
Yes, it
I
is
don't know
name.
exactly, but it's related to Xamarin, I think. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice point.
And
Actually,
yeah,
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
and now I'm trying to get a job internship, but it's so hard. Get in this area. But I'm trying. And you said before you are front end developer, right? And I wanna
Yeah.
know if you have some advice for me getting this area like in internship, because it's very, very hard for me.
Yeah. Actually, I use a different path, I guess, to enter the area in technology because I did that before the pandemic, and during the pandemic. So I I never did internship. I started in a project on my university, and after that, I went directly to a, junior. I don't know how to say this level in English, but a junior developer. I made actually it's something like I started as a junior developer. But if I say a tip to you, I think it's important to focus on the practice. I think the actually it happened a lot with me. I was just focused on the theoretical points and to study the all the points of the language, the framework, and all this idea. But it's really important to balance. Actually, you can use that in another points and in English as well. But it's important to balance the practice. So build projects, personal project, and all this point because with that you can share with others and with recruiters what you can do in a real point. If you focus on just on theory, it's like you know a lot, but you need to in a job in a real life you need to put that in practice. So that's important to share with others what you are doing and what you can do. I think that's the main important point for beginners, I guess, to enter in this area. But I really feel you. It's nowadays it's hard to get a job on technology area for entry level, mainly because after the pandemic, that the area changed a lot, so it's really complicated right now. But it's possible. It's possible. It's not easy, but it's possible. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's the point.
Yeah, I'm gonna try because
Uh, yeah, go ahead.
uh I put some projects in GitHub, but I really don't know if I don't have enough knowledge or it's hard for everybody getting, so it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard to know if you have the enough knowledge. Actually, I think we don't have in the enough knowledge at all. It's like you are just learning all the points, and I think you can think about I have the enough knowledge to build something, and that's the idea. So I don't know. I have knowledge to enough knowledge to build a website, for example, or to do just a prompt app or something like that. So it's better to think about what you can build and what you can do and less about, well, I have the enough knowledge because technology is a huge area and we have a lot of knowledge, right? So it's complicated to think, to know all the things. I think that you can say the same. So that's complicated to know the enough knowledge. It's like impossible, it's really complicated. But yeah, focus on the practice is the mainly point, I guess, in the most important one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with
Benito, go ahead.
hands-on projects, and you can build your knowledge during the path, during the way, with the challenges and other things you're facing.
Yeah, and sometime I've heard a phrase that I uh that I agree a lot, and it's something like when you are just studying the theory points, you want to know exactly the points that you can use to get a job. So do you need to focus on the practice? Because uh, programming just with theory and just actually just study theory is like an entertainment. You need to focus on the practice. If you are just focus on the theory, all the points is perfect. You won't get an error, for example, a bug or something like that. You just learning the important points by practice. So that's the main point, I guess. And you,
And
like Perito said, you learn by the practice in the path.
and
That's the
when you're faced something like a bug or an error, can uh, you can not to do anything, make it this challenge to fixing this error, have to you have to learn with this.
exactly. So besides that, the one of the most important point is know how to search a topic. Uh, like search about a bug or a error or search about how can I do this in some language or something like that. So one of the most important skill, one of the most important skills to a programmer is know how to search, because you want to know all the documentation and all the language. You use the documentation and search about that and all the time. So it's important to know how to search, and find the solution. That's the point. It's not easy. It's really not easy, but it's important. Uh, And what do you think about the question number one, Pedrito? Were you a good student in high school? Which subjects did you like the most? Let me know.
Juliano, I'm a exatas guy, and I liked so much and math and physics, but also other subjects like biology and in the high school I learned to like Portuguese, for example. I don't like in primary school and history, uh, but math and physics is my the most subjects I like.
Yeah, actually, I'm a little bit different, I guess, because when I was a teenager, in high school, I I was like actually I liked a lot languages in a general way, So I was focused on Portuguese, Spanish, and also point. Uh, and yeah, I liked mathematics as well, but I hated physics, for example, in this specific knowledge, But yeah, mathematics it was good, and I liked the specific subject, but I was focused more on language, and I liked biology as well. Chemistry, it was nice. So yeah, but in a general way, I think in high school a lot of subject is boring, for us, and the way that is teached is like boring. So the subject that I liked the most, it was physical education, just play soccer and do exercising at this point. And I don't know, playing volleyball and yeah, and Spanish
Yeah,
because the point of the
I
exchange.
I remember. Sorry,
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember a thing that a philosopher guy said.
Mhm.
I don't remember his name now, but uh, one guy had to discover and make the formula, the physics formula about nothing.
Yeah,
And
it's
we
Clovis
just
de Barros.
yeah, and we just to apply that. It's a good
Exactly.
one.
Yeah, that video is perfect. Is the
Yeah.
famous Brio video about Brio,
I have a
Yeah, that's
brew.
amazing. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's exactly that. The guy discovered from zero the formula, the physics formula, for example. And with that done, I can just apply,
Yeah,
it doesn't enter on my head. It's crazy, it's crazy. I would like uh that that watched this video when I was in high school, but
I
I it's complicated.
I remember in my first year in high school, physics, for example, had the first exam had thir 30, yeah, 30 formulas to know, and the teacher don't put in the I, I don't know the board, yeah.
The board, yeah.
Yeah, the whiteboard, and the teacher don't put in the whiteboard. Just we need to know to do this exam, and a lot of colleagues not did not know about uh, all formulas. Remembering during the exam, yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. And you know, it's crazy to think about that because I think nowadays, with more maturity, I think we study and we learn about a lot of things and a lot of complex topics, compared to before, for example. So, maybe when I was a teenager in high school, I like just to hang out and playing soccer and all this stuff, and I wasn't focused so much on the study and all these ideas. So I think it's like, yeah, I think it's common. It's like the maturity of life that you are growing up and you develop this maturity, But if I had this maturity right now, that actually if I had the maturity that I have now, when I was a teenager, maybe I would study other language, and maybe English it was a problem, and yeah, I think I when I was in high school, I just learned Spanish because it was like an obligation, and I had like an opportunity to go to Argentina in exchange, But if it was if actually if I hadn't that, maybe I hadn't know Spanish as well. But yeah, I think it's common to think about this point of maturity that you are developed. But yeah. Okay, so let's go to the question number two. What were your favorite places to hang out with friends as a teenager, for example, in your time? What do you think, Pedrito?
Yes, let me see. I'm in my time. I usually to go to a shopping, playing games, or in arcade mode, like I don't know English, big in machines with games, and maybe some parties, and birthday parties and some this stuff in my and other like concerts and other things.
Amazing, amazing. Actually, I think for me it's like of different because when I was a teenager, I was most shy than nowadays. And I like to go to stay at home, So it's kind of different. I I didn't like to go to parties, for example, but I don't know. I like to stay on the street to playing with the guys and all this point. I think it's pretty different right now, comparing with the teenagers of nowadays and the kids and on nowadays. They are just using smartphones and stay at home all the time. Yeah, I think that's it in a general way for me. And how about you, Julian? What do you think about that?
Um, I usually didn't hang out, just sometimes for the mall, but it's not very often, you know. But when I was a kid, I usually play in the street, but when I was a kid, just and in teenager, I like it to stay in my home playing games, I don't have this phase when people usually hang out, But in the college, I begin hang out more because I didn't have this phase, when I was teenager in the school. So I began hang out with my friends to Paris in the college, But now I don't go more because I really like to stay in my home, I don't know, Paris, it's good. I think it's good, but if you usually go a lot for the Paris, I don't know, it's a very bad for makes me a little bad, because I lost the focus, and I was going to Paris almost every week, every month. I always was in the Paris, so I kind of get the not get I mean I'm kind of lost the focus, to study, to go to the college. I just wanted to go to the Paris, you know. So I think it's a problem. So now I like to stay in my home, just in my home, watch movies, series, For me, it's the good way. And of course, sometimes I go to the mall with my girlfriend and movie theaters, but I avoid to go to the Paris.
Yeah, exactly. I really feel because I actually do the same. I like to stay at home and watching movies and just relaxing at home. It's nice. I don't like to go out a lot and go to Paris, for example, and all this stuff. I really understand you. And yeah, I think it's for some people it's like common, to just hang out all the weekends and go to drink a lot and all this point. And yeah, I think for me it's just strange. I don't like to do that. And but I think it's like uh it's a personal thing, but I in a general way it's important to balance that. If you go out all the weekends and go to drink a lot and go to sleep late and all this stuff, it's bad for you, I guess. So yeah, it's a personal thing, but in a general way, it's important to handle that. Okay, so let's go to the question number three. Did you watch cartoons on mornings when you were young? And what was your favorite cartoon, or just if it's not just one, some cartoon that you like? Let me know, Pedro, what you think.
Yes, I watch a lot, but just in free channels on TV in my home. And I watch in that time Dragon Ball Z, and other cartoons like that. And I remember just I watched just the episodes uh, that the old episodes, because the new ones is just for the cable channels. And I usually to go to a friend's house to for the Saturdays to assist the new ones episodes about this cartoon.
I like this topic because I I always like to study, to watch this kind of cartoons. I really loved like Dragon Ball, Scooby Doo. I don't know that there's a lot. Like let me remember. There's other ones. I like Bob Esponja and uh that guy that it's about electricity, Super Shocky, and all these cartoons that we watched on SBT, for example, that it was nice, and I really love that. It's like a nostalgia feeling, to remember that. It's a nice point. And how
Yeah,
about you,
and
Juliano? I'm
just
sorry, Pedrito, go
complement.
ahead.
I think that kind of cartoons is just for now. I don't know, is prohibited or something like that, because you don't see more this
Yeah.
in this the channel for the kids nowadays. Is other kind of cartoons and other kind of stuff, more a lot of different in our our time.
Yeah, actually, I really don't know how it is working right now and how this kind of cartoons change it. But yeah, don't know. I think it's a little bit common this change in a way, but don't know. It's like a more dumb, right now this one. So don't know. It was maybe it's just a point of I'm a adult right now, so I don't watch that. But yeah, for me it's like more dumb the cartoon right now. Yeah, it changed. I think. And how about you, Julian? Let me know.
And about this question, I used to watch a lot of cartoons in general. The names that I can remember right now is uh Ben 10 in Brazil, but I don't know. In English that should be Ben 10, I don't know. Uh, Let me think more. Kid versus Cat, uh Bob Esponja, Bob Esponja Square Paints, I think, and Dragon Ball 2, Naruto. But I was more to watch animes, you know. And after I stopped to watch TV and just go to the watch animes, like bec- I already watched so animes, a lot of animes, so I can't remember one that was in that moment, you know. But Naruto, Dragon Ball, Cavaleiros do Zodíaco, it's good too. uh Housing. I love animes, you know. So I really enjoy at this time because I really like cartoons. Until now, I watch a lot of not just animes, and nowadays I usually read manhwas, you know, mangas. I like more, but I'm still like to watch some animes sometimes, you know. But now I like more this really manhwas, mangas.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, as I said before, it's nice to remember all these cartoons and all this point because like a nostalgia, and it was a a nice thing to watch, I guess, before. So that's a nice feeling. So let me jump to the question number five. Okay. So were you interest in sports when you are younger? And maybe which it was your preferable sport, for example? Let me know, Juliano. What do you think?
When I was in even younger, I used to play soccer. Uh, so much, you know, in the street. I began in the street and began playing in a school, soccer school, you know. But after a time, I stopped and I like to ride skate, you know. Skate for me, it's so good. And After I began playing table tennis. For me, table tennis is the bear. It's so good because I don't know, it's kind of experience, you know, because soccer, it's so good to play too. Because I think soccer, it's better in the situation because you can play with your friends, with your team, you know, and you can enjoy your friends, you know, enjoy the moment. But table tennis is different because you just have you against other people, so you don't have a team. Sometimes you can play two versus two, but a lot of people don't like to play this way, so it's almost always you against other people, other person. It's cool too, but I think it's are different experience, you know. Maybe soccer and game is when you play with team, it's more fun and fun, you know. And table tennis is more individual, personal, but it's so good too, you know.
Yeah, I really agree. I love soccer, to play soccer, and I love table tennis as well. And I understand it's like a individual sport in some ways, so it's nice to competitive and to play with the other against other actually. So yeah, that's nice. I didn't play table tennis when I was a teenager, for example. But after that, maybe on university, I think I have started to play table tennis, and it's nice. It's a nice sport. Uh, but I don't know. I think we change a lot the way that we focus on sports and practice. When we are growing up. So yeah, I don't know. When we are adults, I think we don't practice sports so much compared to before. So we just think on work and study and all this stuff, and maybe less on sports and exercise. So it's a little bit bad, I think. But yeah, it's the real life. We need to work and to study, so that's also important. And how about you, Pedrito? Let me know.
Yeah, yeah. Now you just want to relax after after work. In
Exactly.
my childhood, I usually to ride a bike a lot and play some games in the at the streets with my friends. I don't know the name, tackle ball, other other stuff, and soccer and other kind of games at the street. And when I was teenager, I play more video game at home and at my friend's house. Uh, I don't know, and now I just want to relax and maybe play with my daughter, but some other kind of games and different games with her.
Yeah, I understand. And yeah, as I said before, it's like complicated. When we are like adults, we just want to relax in after work and after studying. It's like of wow, that's boring. I need to go to exercise and all this stuff. So it's complicated. The adult life is complicated. But okay, uh, let me jump to the question. No, actually, let follow the question. Is the sequence, and let's go to question number six. What was your biggest dream when you were a child? That's a good one. Let me know, please. What do you think?
Question. When I was a child, I dreamed to be a pilot of a Warcraft at the Air Force. I hadn't this, but I worked in my last longer job as a temporary sergeant at the Air Force in my area as IT specialist, and I worked with these guys, these kind of guys. Uh, and when I was more old, uh, my teenager, for example, I discovered after because my glasses and I can't be being a pilot without surgery in the eyes because they have to their eyes have to be most perfect to to see a lot of things during the flight and other stuff.
Yeah. I understand. I think maybe a lot of kids when they were a kid, for example, or maybe a teenager, you know, would like to be a pilot. You know, it's just a common dream, I think, and it's actually it's nice. It's a nice uh, job. I think we see all these kind of job in what they do, so it's a nice job, I think. It's a nice dream as well. And how about you, Juliano? Let me know about you.
So about this question, Noah, when I was just a kid, I had a dream like be soccer player, you know. Almost every kid has this kind of dream. And I played soccer as a teen, you know, in the school. I was goleiro. I don't know the word in English. And
It's
I like so
goalkeeper.
goalkeeper.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So I wanted to be a goalkeeper, but I don't know, when I begin really grow up, I lost this longing, you know. I just want to work with IT area because I always play and use the computer since I was just a kid. So I thought, I want to work with computer, maybe have my own company, things like that, you know. So I changed the dream now.
Yeah, I would love to be a soccer player as well, but when I was growing up, I realized that I wasn't so good compared to others, you know, so it would be complicated to be a professional soccer player. So I also changed my plans and my dream. So I understand. Uh, Okay, guys, we don't have time for more questions, so I would like to send you on the chat the link of the survey. So in this link, it's a normal survey. You can say what did you think about the immersion and suggest on other topics that you want to talk about as well. Okay, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the conversation and see you on the next time. Okay, thank you, Pedro and Juliano. See you.